Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
Okay, Joe, you say welcome back.
Record. Fucking ready. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking go.
Who's that Pokemon?
We already know you ruined it.
It's Hanako.
Yeah, I ruined it.
Yeah.
But, welcome back. Hanako's here. It's her birthday. Mickey's here. She has a hand.
Isn't
there?
I thought her birthday was over.
It's like the day after her birthday.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
I know I'm right.
It's the day after, what's that movie? The day after?
Day after tomorrow?
After what? The day after tomorrow.
Yeah. I only watched that because I like looking at Jake Gyllenhaal.
I saw a tweet. It was like a parent talking about their kid. The kid couldn't remember the word tomorrow, so the kid said Nexterday.
Hell yeah.
The day after Nexterday.
That's great.
So I'm gonna fucking make a Weird Al Yankovic parody.
I love it. Anyway. Sure enough, it's Hanako. She walks through the door just as she would any normal school day and begins to move towards her seat in her usual silent and humble manner. She looks at me, and for a moment before blushing and looks away in embarrassment, which makes me realize that I was staring at her. I feel sorry for that, but not doing it is hard after all that's happened. Oh, she's gone.
Stare at her more.
Start drooling.
Yeah, just
Start banging on your desk. Pop your eyes out of your skull.
start
Awooga!
start rubbing your crotch.
No, Steven.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Dun dun!
The girl sitting on my desk looks at me grinning.
See, your sweetheart's back already. What did I tell you?
My heart doesn't work.
You be quiet. Yeah, it might only be a joke, but she hits close enough to make me quite uncomfortable. As we talk, someone calls Mickey's name from the door. She jumps down from her vantage point on my desk before returning to me.
Mickey,
Gotta go, Hasao. Remember to eat sometime, will ya?
Fine, I will see you. She gives a casual salute before jogging over to the door where a male student in the gym uniform is waiting for her. Probably someone from the track and field club.
Is that Peter Griffin from our class?
Aww. Seizing the opportunity, I get up and make my way to Hanako's desk.
Make your way downtown, walking fast.
Hanako's passed and he's homebound.
Hi, Hanako. Sup?
Nothing.
Maybe talking to her this soon after she came back to class was a bad move.
Well, don't let her escape.
Want to come with me and grab something from the cafeteria? I'm pretty hungry.
But I thought you were studying.
Studying can wait. Turning up for class after all this time. Turning this down. Some songs in this game are so loud.
Banging.
Turning up for class after all this time must have taken some courage for Hanako, so at least I can do is stay for her. That's such the way she is, and you can't deal with it. Is the way Mickey and probably the whole class views Hanako, and I can do more for her, though. I want to do more for her, though. After being distracted by Mickey, I don't think I'm going to get any work done. Come on, let's go. She hesitates, but eventually gets up and joins me as we begin walking. These may be small steps for her, but the fact that she's finally out of her room of her own volition lifts a large weight off my shoulders.
She says, "Let's go," and then it's. Is this a funny Mario parody?
Yeah, I'm having deja vu. Did we talk about this already? Anyway,
a funny Mario parodies that like fucking Dorkly and what's it called? Machinima always did.
Yeah, God, I hated those.
I fucking despise them. Mario does a drug. Fucking
get out.
Yeah. What if Mario fucking hated his brother and he treated him like shit?
Yeah.
What if he cucked his brother?
My pen busily scrawls onto a slow-filling page of my notebook. My other hand remains on the page of a reference book I borrowed from the library, marking my spot as my eyes flicker to and fro. As
What
I work,
if Mario was just cucking Bowser the entire time?
I mean, isn't that kind of what it is?
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
So
so.
that's the funny parody.
Aw, poor Bowsy. As I work, I
You think he has
occasionally.
spikes on his cock?
Yeah, he does.
Hmm.
Move on.
Poor Peach, man.
Yeah, his
I've
balls
seen
look like
lot
a turtle
of Bowser
shell.
porn.
Ah!
As I work, I occasionally
Yeah.
mark red circles or underlines from the photocopy sheets of paper that lie in front of the table. Wanting a change of scenery from the library and to avoid the distractions of the classroom, I decided to make use of the Shanghai for some quiet study time. Ended up being nice and quiet as expected, and being able to get some coffee while I study is a nice bonus. Hanako is loud as shit, I can't focus at all.
She's just there screaming.
I get it. Your parents are dead. It's not your birthday anymore. You can't do this anymore.
Hanako may have returned to her normal self since she came out of her room, but I have done quite the opposite. Daily routine may have returned to us, but I feel as if I'm a different person. Maybe I'm not. It's only been a few days after all, since I decided I wanted to try and get out of the rut I'd find myself in after the accident. I want to change, and I am now actively working towards that goal. Or at least I would like to think I am. Ugh, this is impossible. Brute forcing this isn't gonna work. What's more, I have another piece of writing I have to do after this. I fear that's going to be no easier. Look up in a mild surprise to the source of the Laney voice. Laney stands at the head of the table with a damn towel in her hands, clearly having taken the opportunity to clean the tables while no other patrons were around. She looks curious. Her eyes as much on my work as on me. What's the matter?
I was just wondering, what sort of work are you having so much trouble with, you dumb idiot?
It's just history. I'm fine with science and math, so I'm trying to get my other subjects up to parcade. Laney looks positively delighted at this development. I feel like I just chose the right answer on some big quiz show.
Oh, I think I can help you with that. Did you know about MK Ultra? If you don't mind, of course.
I briefly considered turning down the offer in order to not cause her too much trouble. She looks too excited about this for me to do it. It would be mean to shut her down like that after such a reaction. If you're willing to help, I'd really appreciate it.
I know it's hard to believe, Hasao, but the FBI did do that.
I promise you, it fucking happened.
She claps her hands together and quickly deposits her towel on the counter, before returning and taking a seat across from me. I take my notebook off the top of the textbook and hand it over to peruse.
So you're studying MK Ultra?
Yeah, I'm not really much good at this, though. She takes the textbook and reads a few pages from a random section near the middle for a bit.
Joe's drinking a beer!
Aw.
It's a pepis. Actually, no, it's a, I don't know why I spelled it's a spread.
It's a fucking beer. You can tell that he's lying because he stumbled over I don't know how you mix up Pepsi and Sprite. So he's lying, it's a beer.
Well, one of them's
It's a
green and
beer!
one of them's blue, so,
But the aura of enthusiasm she had been radiating previously is rapidly sapping away. Guessing this isn't the kind of history you were expecting.
Unfortunately not. My main area is fucking MK Ultra, especially in the classical era. Sorry.
like the 1970s, I think.
The conspiracy era. She looks a bit downcast, but as she carefully
was the
closes the
60s.
book and lays it back down on the table, her face perks up again.
Would you
What
like
if they
another
try to
cup
make
of coffee?
The gay bomb.
They already put the gay in the fluoride. Everyone's gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even the frogs.
I've heard about the gay bomb though. It's such a weird concept.
Yeah.
I'll show you a gay bomb.
Oh. Sure. Reach forward and get my book back as Yuko gets up, takes my mug, and slowly walks to the counter to make another brew. As usual, she is absolutely silent as she does. Every ounce of her concentration is focused on not tripping over and dropping the plain white mug.
Me, actually, if I was a waitress.
Take the opportunity to lay back down and relax. The hum of the coffee machine filling the otherwise quiet air. It's small details like that that make me realize how much I've come to appreciate the little things in life. The peace and quiet of the local town, the discipline and order of Yamaku, the green of the trees that were so rare in my home city, the relaxed pace at which the aging residents live their lives. Everything feels so certain. It's comforting. I can feel...
I was gonna say, I recently started playing this game, Coffee Talk. Have you seen it?
I've heard of it, yeah.
It has a very cute pixel art style, and basically the concept is like you're a guy who runs a coffee shop that only opens in the middle of the night. So you get all of these neat people, these neato people coming in. I think I want to do something like that. You know, it's probably like a pipe dream, and it'll probably never be successful, but I feel like, you know, that's a very fulfilling life.
I mean, it might be. There's like one coffee shop here. I don't know if it's still open because of the pandemic. That's open past midnight. It's like
the pandemic fucked pretty much every small business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could feel myself beginning to nod off when the sound of the mug coming to rest on the table grabs my attention. Seems like it arrived not a moment too soon. Lady takes her previous seat once again as I pick myself up and bring a hand around the mug to check its temperature. It's just a little too hot to drink right away, so I blow on it a little.
I wish I had chun buns. It's a shame you don't like history at all that much. I sort of guessed you might be more into science, you fucking nerd.
How so?
You're a fucking nerd. You nearly read out the science fiction section of the library already. It wasn't hard to notice, you fucking nerd.
You
fucking reading Dune.
You fucking reading Dune, you fucking fat-bodied nerd. No, just kidding.
Whoa. You do have a good point there. Well, what can I say? You've pegged me. You sound like you're really taking an interest in history, though, especially considering how specific you were about it. Do you study in that area or something? Go on digs overseas? She giggles nervously at the thought.
I'd like to visit the Mediterranean sometime and see the old architecture and art for myself, but I don't think I could trust myself to handle such delicate things. I'm saving up to formally study in university, although I also read up on it whenever I'm free time outside of work.
So Mickey was right about her university aspirations. Considering how she fares as a waitress, a more theoretical path may suit Lainey better. It's nice to hear that she has some ambitions, though, considering how hard she works. I nod and take a careful sip of my coffee, but by now it's cooled to the right temperature, so I begin to drink while keeping an eye on the book below, trying to read at the same time. A few minutes pass quietly. Lainey looks out the window, watching the world go by while I have my coffee and study. A movement catches my eye. I look up to see Lainey smiling and waving to someone outside. Following her gaze, surprisingly reveals that someone to be Hanako.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Hanako.
Yeah. It's Hanako-man.
Put it in the laugh track.
Not this episode, they all died.
Nope. Just that one
They all
joke.
died of laughter.
Just one silent dude trying to make a laugh track. But it's like in an echoey room, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta find it.
She's looking at us from the side of the street across from where we are. Her usual all-too visible timidity is largely absent, probably thanks to there being so few people around.
What was that thing, like, oh yeah, like Titus, like, and he's watching The Big Bang Theory, and he's dying at every joke.
I'll pay you back as soon as I can.
Of course you will. It's impossible to pay me back sooner than you can. Assuming you subscribe to a linear understanding of time and causality.
I'm regretting this already.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Hassan would laugh too because he's a fucking nerd.
Evidently, she decides to join us. After a little wave, she gives a quick glance up and down the street and crosses towards the side that the cafe is on. The familiar doorbell to the Shanghai rings out as Hanako enters and makes her way to the table we're sitting at.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, Hanako, what's up?
Nothing, just going for a walk since the weather was nice.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm glad I decided to study here instead of the library. It's comfortable in here. Thanks to that, better than the sometimes quite stuffy library. I look to Lainey, who nods in response.
It's nice. It's just a shame the summer can't last forever. Oh, I feel the same. Oh, wait, sorry. You want a drink, baby girl?
Hanako shakes her head. Thankfully, it's enough to calm Lainey back down.
Good, I didn't want to get up. How are you going with studying?
Okay-ish. Oh yeah, have you talked with Lily?
I'm interested too. How is she doing? I'm here too. She's enjoying it, I think.
Get us some coffee, wench.
Don't call me a coffee wench, Joe. I will fly to where you live and I will push carts around and make your life a living hell for 1 day exactly.
Oh no.
I think that's all we're going to get out of her. Being around Lainey is tensing her up.
It would be so nice to travel to Scotland. Scotland? Green fields, castles, lovely small towns, men in kilts. Interesting history.
Can't say I see the appeal of men in kilts myself. Does seem like a picturesque place, though.
Try to upskirt them.
Whoa. Pervert.
Yeah.
Dun dun. As we talk, the jingle of the doorbell rings again. Hanako, startled, noticing Lainey's panicked expression to the prospect she might leave customers to wait a handful of seconds due to her chatter with us.
They're both so cute.
Would you go to Scottish land if it was like in the United States?
What?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be a
like,
drive.
did you know most Americans don't own a passport?
I sure don't. Do you?
I don't.
Did you say no?
I do, because I'm a dumb bitch.
Wow.
Hey, you
Where's the
fucking dumb
passport?
bitch.
I've thought about
I'm
this
sorry.
recently. I was like, when I learned a few years ago that people can have dual citizenships to some places, I thought to myself, like, the other week when I was taking a shower, I was like, I wonder how many citizenships can I get legally. It'd be funny. Just to make myself laugh. Yeah, I can live in all these countries, all 70
Yeah,
of them.
American and Canadian and Mexican, like
Norwegian. I'm also Brazilian and Antarctician and that's all the countries.
That's all of them. That's every single one.
Yeah.
You're Deutsch. You're German.
I'm from Uganda.
You're Chad.
I'm a Chad.
Chadian. What are they called? People from Chads?
I don't know.
From Chad?
I don't know.
They call them Chads.
They call them Chads. Definitely. That's what all these incels are talking about, is men from Chad.
Just like just that one specific country in the middle of.
They're all just really pissed they're not born
Yeah,
there.
they just fucking hate them so much.
Lainey gives us a quick bow, then hastily skitters over and greets with new customers, an elderly man and his wife. Watch her for a bit, craning my head around to get a good view.
You couldn't just say an
Hanako.
elderly couple?
Hanako staring at me with her one visible eye. She averts her head in embarrassment as I turn to make eye contact. I was just thinking that it's nice to have ambitions for the future. Lainey was telling me a little bit about her university aspirations before.
Oh.
It's a shame. If If she wasn't so neurotic and overworked, I think she could be a really happy person. As much as I like to play the host of Hanako and entertain her a bit, I do need to study as well. To be honest, I don't think the distraction from Lainey helped either. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I need to try to get this done. Otherwise, I'm going to flunk history exams pretty hard. I'm left running my hand through my hair in frustration. That letter needs doing as well once I get back to my dormitory room. I hope I have more luck with this than... Damn.
With what?
I was gonna write to Hanako. Right now, though, this is more important. All I've done is rattle myself. Can't focus on the work in front of me when my stomach is certainly turning at the prospect of actually attempting to write her back. After all this time. Focus myself to concentrate on the book, picking up my pen once I have a quick sip of coffee. After a few seconds, Hanako stops silently watching me and leans back in her seat, relaxing as much as she ever seems to be able to, looking out the window past the time. We stay like this for a long time before leaving for the dorms together. I'm surprised she had the patience to wait me out. Iwanaka's letter lies on my desk beside a blank sheet of lined paper and an unused envelope. The tapping of my pen is the only thing to be heard this late at night. As I feared, my second task for the day turns out to be just as difficult as the first, if not harder. It's been so many months since we even saw each other. Even so, I can still remember what she looked like, what she sounded like, what she smelled like. By now, though, the little details are beginning to slip away. When I first saw her letter, I barely recognized her handwriting at all. Even the pink pen she always used was forgotten until her writing reminding me of it. Wonder why she didn't use it for the letter. She used to write everything with it. Maybe she thinks it's too immature now.
Don't ever think that. Pink pens are the best.
I should be thinking about myself and about what I want to communicate to her. My mind can't stop concentrating on her, though, on the past we shared before it was taken away so suddenly. The 1 minute together. The bright and slightly garish decorations suit her sense of aesthetics. Picking up the letter to take a closer look at it, give a long sigh. This is the last link binding me to my past. Hanako didn't suddenly cease to exist when she left my hospital room for the last time, but I needed this letter to remind me of that. When I had all these feelings neatly filed away, I felt as if I didn't need them, that I could just begin life completely anew. It was easier that way. In the end, didn't even matter. I suppose that was a rather naive thing to think. Sooner or later, my past would have caught up with me one way or the other. But what am I supposed to say to her? Thank you for bringing me closure. All the letter did was end the sense of closure I'd previously felt. Try as I might, I can't write as much as a single word down on the paper in front of me. Can't even think of exactly what I want to say. Ugh! Putting the letter down on top of the blank sheet, I gathered the materials together, filed them away in my drawer. The clunk the desk makes as it closes makes me momentarily tense in frustration. Before I get up to grab my drink from a vending machine on the first floor.
Oh no.
I tried, but I couldn't do it.
Oh no!
After all the times that's passed, I still don't know how to deal with Iwanako.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
I'm disappointed.
I seriously thought it was going to be a Kenji
Every time
moment.
I say that fucking hallway, I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
The library, while not humming with activity, is noticeably more busy than usual. Exams are not far away.
Edit Kenji in peeking around that bookcase.
Okie
Just
dokie.
staring at you. Because you haven't talked to him so long.
What the fuck, man? Exams are not far away, and that's reflected in the number of students burying their noses in textbooks and the tables around us. I've been studying quite a lot in these past few days, just like them, in hope of doing well in exams. This also means that Hanako and I have been playing games less, so she's been studying as well to fill the time. Nevertheless, I found myself forsaken by her on this particular day. The textbook in front of me has remained on the same page for some time. After so much reading on subjects, I can care less about it. Not for the exams, my mind is beginning to wander. Find my eyes flickering over to where Hanako would usually be. Just like on the day she wasn't in class, her usual beanbag in the corner of the room is conspicuous unoccupied. It was here that we first really met. Tried to start a conversation with her, she got skittish, and I had skittles, and eventually bolted from the room altogether. I probably shouldn't smile about it, but it was kind of amusing in hindsight. Nowadays, it's more and more difficult to imagine her doing such a thing, even with Lily gone. She's been doing well now that she's come out of her room. I want to talk with her, or at least play another game of chess. I'm tired of studying. It's been a few days since we've really done anything together. I need to move my butt. Resuming, let's play now.
No. I mean, go ahead. I was just making funny noises. What do you think I was saying?
I don't remember if I read that. Deciding to check them in that order. I pack up my books and make my way out of the library.
The Lubui?
Stretch and give a loud groan as I walk down the hallway. Studying may be frustrating at times, but with the progress I feel I've made, there is also some sense of pride in getting it done. It's a good feeling. There isn't a sound to be heard from the other side as I stand in front of the door to Hanako's room. I guess this isn't very indicative of whether she's inside or not, given how quiet she usually is. Still,
you fucking knock on the door like Jack Nicholson in Shining.
Yeah, you know, knock with your hands, but your hand turns into an axe because that's what it's like to have arrhythmia.
Little pig. Come out of the fucking room, little pig.
Call Hanako a little pig.
Yeah, and then
or I'll burn your place down.
Oh, Steven.
Too soon.
And then he uses the fire axe and... oh no, it's out, dude! Here's a sound! And then she uses the machete she has to fucking just like slash at his fucking hand.
Aww. Still, she wasn't in the tea room. I tried knocking lightly to make my presence known, but am surprised when I find the door unlocked, yielding at my touch. With a small...
Here's a sound!
The door opens. It looks like my suspicions were correct. Hanako is indeed here. She's sitting at the table with an open book in front of her, but pays it no heed as she keeps looking out the window. She looks utterly oblivious to my presence. With her head thoughtfully resting on her hand, she looks calm and collected. It's a shame she can't look like this more often. Smile a little, I walk up to the table and softly speak to her. Good evening, Hanako. Hanako's head turns a little seamy, but she's still only half there. Put my hand on the table and lower my head to better look at her face, mildly curious about what mood she's in. Sup? She gasps a little, finally acknowledging my presence in the room for the first time. Next time it's SUBPARCADE.
Oh shit, okay, next time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe we'll
next
have
time.
anal with her.
Hanako is all like, who's that Pokemon? And then this is how. This how is the Pokemon.